There are a lot of things people prioritize when they visit a new city. Could be the landmarks, maybe restaurants, even museums. Me, I like to find the grocery store. And my favorite one so far? Jungle Jim's International Market in Cincinnati, Ohio. Welcome to Pop Culture Passport, your ultimate guide to quirky and cool destinations across the US. I'm your host, Beth Scalacci, aka the Roman Yeti, here to help you dive into the world of theme parks, uncover film and TV locations, and explore quirky museums, roadside attractions, and legendary venues that capture the heart and soul of this unique country. So grab your pop culture passport and let's discover destinations that resonate with your interest, not just with what's trending on social media. Are you ready? Let's roam! Welcome back. You know what that sound means by now. This is a Snack Society episode. And today we're going to the grocery store, but not just any grocery store. I like to call it the Disney of grocery stores. Jungle Jim's International Market in Cincinnati. Now, before I tell you about Jungle Jim's, I think I need to explain a little something about myself. So I know it sounds strange, but grocery stores are kind of my happy place. I've been wandering grocery store aisles longer than I probably should admit. In college, I took a new product development class, and our professor really encouraged us to look for new products in the grocery store every week. And that was it. I've been doing that ever since. I was hooked. Grocery stores really have become part of how I experience a place. And so when my husband first, when we met and he took me home to meet his parents for the first time in Rochester, New York, he also took me to the Wegmans and I fell a little bit in love. I mean, I already knew I loved him, but it was this grocery store that I just fell in love with. Anytime we visited, I had to bring home certain products. So when we heard we were gonna have a Wegmans opening near us in Maryland, yeah, I've never been the same. And when we visited family in Italy years ago, we spent more time in that grocery store than we should probably admit. And um, it was just we went there to find unique stuff like candies and snacks and even local beers just to, give them a try and really get a feel for where we were and what people actually buy. This is when I learned that milk was on the shelf, not in the cold section, in, the right containers and stuff. But like you learn a lot in a grocery store about a culture, about a region, about a person. So it really is one of my favorite things to do. So you can imagine what happened when I learned about jungle gyms. Now, if you've never heard of jungle gyms before, let me set the stage for you. Jungle Jim's International Market started in the 1970s as a roadside produce stand. Jim Bonaminio was selling fruits and vegetables out of a truck in Fairfield, Ohio. And like a lot of good American origin stories, it grew slowly and creatively. But here's the part I love. As the store grew, Jim didn't make it sleeker or more corporate. He made it weirder, bigger, more theatrical. He added international sections, specialty food, novelty displays, animatronics. Yes, I said animatronics. Giant fiberglass characters, a literal monorail. He basically said, what if a grocery store was also a destination? And then he just kept going. Over time, it became less grocery store and more food amusement park. Today, the Fairfield location is over 200,000 square feet, carrying products from dozens of countries. There's also a second location in Eastgate. That's the one we go to the most. Um, so either one very similar in size and products. Now, like I said, when I first heard about this, the funny thing was it wasn't from a travel guide. It wasn't from a food blog. I saw videos on YouTube from Disney vloggers. Yes, you heard me right. Disney vloggers. And that told me everything I needed to know about this store. And when we finally had a trip to tour colleges, I knew it was time to see it for ourselves, and it did not disappoint. As I said, we have returned several times, and it'll be one of the things I'm gonna miss the most about our trips to Cincinnati when they come to an end this spring. So let's talk a bit about what it's like to experience jungle gyms because honestly, you start to get a feel for what kind of experience you're about to have before you even walk inside. You pull into the parking lot and immediately realize this is not your typical experience. There's giant size, there's oversized characters, like the signage on the cart returns are funny. Like it's just a funny place. And yes, there's monorail there. Depending on the store, you'll see the monorail in different places. Um, and that's when you know you're not here for just, like, a quick errand. You're it's jungle gyms, you're on an expedition, so buckle in. You're going in. I am gonna give you my first piece of advice, grab a cart. You're gonna think you don't need one. Take it from take it from me, but you're gonna need one. And you're gonna just tell yourself, "Oh, we're just browsing." And then suddenly you're holding 3 weird flavored sodas, 2 kinds of candy you've never seen before, and something else you absolutely didn't plan on buying, and you're gonna have to weave your way back to the entrance and get a cart like a rookie. So save yourself. Pro tip, get a cart. Once you walk through the entrance, it doesn't ease you in gently, like, you know immediately. On our last visit, the first thing we encountered was a massive teak wood Bigfoot just standing there for sale, welcome you, as if every grocery store does that. And honestly, at Jungle Gyms, like, that's normal. That's what you're gonna see. Um, and when you walk in, right near the front, there's a coffee shop. It's a strategic placement, I'm gonna tell you that right now. You're about to embark on what could easily be a 2-hour, trip. Caffeine's not a bad idea. Go for it. You'll also see a small theater that tells the story of jungle gyms, which, again, you don't see that every day in a grocery store. And then there's the restrooms. I knew about the restrooms from watching the videos. I still love watching people walk up to these because they look like a porta-john door. So you walk in, but as soon as you open that door, it's the hallway to some of the cleanest bathrooms that you're going to experience, especially in a grocery store. Um, but people like sort of gingerly open them up that don't know. And it's so fun. Like, that's going to be your experience. It's not going to take yourself serious. And it's fun and it never gets old seeing them. Never. So next, you're going to probably hit the international section. And this is not like a small little corner, you know, and just one little sign that says world foods or international. This is aisle after aisle after aisle, organized by country. Germany, Japan, Mexico, Italy, India, the UK, Eastern Europe, Middle East, South American, Caribbean, Asia, it's all there. And when I say Asia, I'm just not listing all the countries, but they're all there. And it feels less like you're shopping and more like you're passport stamping. Um, and this is where Jungle Gyms fully becomes Snack Society playground because we don't wander these aisles casually. We're on the lookout. And there are certain things we are always on the lookout for. We have to pick up European Fanta. It's one of my daughter's favorite. She got used to it when we were visiting family in Italy. It tastes better. She likes it better. Haribo varieties that we can't find at home. Because of this last trip, I now have a new confirmed obsession. Um, they were these like gummy Easter eggs, but I don't know. It's an obsession. I think they're international because it was all in German. Um, and I'm very sad. I've been rationing. And Smarties, the European kind, which is the chocolate kind. Not the American chalk disc. I love the American ones too. Don't get me wrong, but man, the European Smarties, they're like an M&M. So good. So those are like the three things. Some kind of gummy, Smarties, and European Fanta that immediately goes in the cart. And there's just something that is really satisfying about finding a product that normally requires international shipping, but it's just sitting on the shelf in Ohio. There were different flavored, unusual flavored Oreos when we were there. We did not pick those up, but it's just there's always something to check out or try. Um, and even if you're not specifically like the displays themselves, they're part of the experience. You turn a corner and there's a theme set up. Then there's, a wall of sauces or shelves stacked with flavors you've never heard of. And it just wandering and roaming in there really it rewards your curiosity because you never know. You're going to find things you're familiar with and then things you've never seen before. And it's amazing. It's so fun. And just when you think the international aisles become overwhelming, you turn the corner and you find the hot sauce section. Um, and calling it a section feels a little underwhelming. It's more like hot sauce universe corner. I don't know. It's just shelves and shelves of bottles from tiny local brands to internationally known names like mild, medium, melt your face off, probably sign a waiver to buy it kind of stuff. Um, and it's one of those areas that even if you're not a hot sauce person, you just kind of have to stop and stare and read the labels because they're the show. I mean, we know. If you've looked at hot sauces, you know the labels are the show from flames and skulls and cartoon peppers sweating. You're going to see a little bit of everything. And they even have a few shelves dedicated to hot sauces from the YouTube show Hot Ones. So you can pick some up and do your own hot ones. We actually picked up several bottles, not specifically of the Hot Ones sauce, but we did pick up some bottles that we're hoping to do some our own hot ones with some friends. So we'll see how that goes. They may not be friends after that experience. We'll see. Now, what really separates Jungle Gyms from just being a very large international grocery store is its commitment to the bit. Like, I have to say that. As you move from section to section, you start to realize this place isn't just organized by category. It's themed. Hot sauce area? Yeah, there's a little fire truck there. Seafood department? There's a boat. And one of my favorites, a shark hanging from the ceiling. Like Jaws size shark hanging from the ceiling. Just casually suspended above you while you contemplate, what you're getting in the fish counter. In the sports drink aisle, there's like a fiberglass Donald Duck head overlooking the Gatorade. Sure, makes total sense. Near the cereal section is like an animatronic of Kellogg's characters singing. Just trust me on this one. It's amazing. It's so much fun. I don't know where it came from. I would love the stories about where the displays came from, really. In the candy department, there's giant jelly bellies hanging from the ceiling. Um, there is like a Spider-Man and a Hulk in toy cars. I mean, it's part store, grocery store, it's part roadside attraction, and it's sort of part chaotic art installation. I don't know. The thing is it works. Because it doesn't feel gimmicky or too over the top. It's fun. It's enthusiastic. It's great. And here's the really cool thing is as over the top as Jungle Gyms is, it's not just a tourist attraction. People genuinely do their everyday shopping there, and you totally can. You'll see families picking out their cereal and their yogurts and grabbing bread. I think that's what's fun. There's people there that are, tourists and checking things out, and then there's people just trying to do their everyday shopping. And I would like it has great stuff, um, and it's just the bakery goods, the baked goods, oh, so good. The candy section is massive. It has Pez and vintage candy and, like, different flavors. They just have so much variety of their products. Um, again, their cheese department, it's it's just crazy. Um, there's also what I really appreciate too is there's a local product shelf where you can find Ohio-made items, where, like, we picked up 3 cans of Cincinnati chili for a, taste test, but that's a story for another episode. But, I mean, you can absolutely treat it as an experience, or you can treat it like your weekly grocery run. It's really up to you. Now, at some point during your during your wandering, you're gonna turn a corner and you're gonna find a bar inside the grocery store. Yes, inside the grocery store. Now, to some of you, you're like, "What, Beth? Who cares?" Of course, there's that. That's normal. No, where where I'm from in Maryland, we cannot buy any kind of alcohol in the grocery store. So, seeing a bar and being able to have a drink and sit down and having a drink and just relaxing, yeah, I wasn't what I was expecting on my first trip, but I'm very happy we can. Um, so you can grab a drink, you can walk around. There's a full liquor store section, right there for all your needs. And if you are a beer drinker, they have a lot of local, breweries products. They actually have small kegs in their fridge too if you are having a party or you need a keg. I'm not judging. Um, but they also do Jungle Jim's does collaboration beers from time to time with, Ohio and local breweries, and we've had some really good ones. So if you're looking for something different to pick up, that is something to be on the lookout for because it's gonna be exclusive to there. Um, Now I am gonna say on our last trip there, we witnessed what I can only describe as a seasoned professional. He entered from the liquor store side, grabbed himself a beer at the bar, and then proceeded to stroll through the grocery store like he was at a festival. No rush, no stress, just vibing with this glass of beer and cart. Honestly, respect. I totally respect that. If you're gonna tackle a 200,000 square foot store of international snack, you're gonna need hydration, whether it's coffee, water, or beer, go for it. No judgment here. So, like I said, what started as a roadside produce stand in the 1970s somehow evolved into this wildly theatrical, functional snack hunting playground. And here's the thing, it's not just a tourist attraction. Like I said, real people do their actual shopping, and it's become a community hub. It's just wrapped in animatronics and international snack aisles. And I think that's what I love about it. It's big, it's weird. Yes, there's a shark casually floating above the seafood department, but above, like, well, I guess actually not above, because it's actually underneath the shark of all this spectacle is still about the food. It's about curiosity. It's about walking down an aisle and seeing something you've never seen before and thinking, sure, let's give it a try. It's the kind of place where you go in for one thing and you leave with like probably 10 others and a story though. So, there's good. Or maybe you're you find your latest obsession that you're emotionally attached to. Thanks Haribo for that. And it's an extreme version of, one of my favorite side quests. Um, they actually do have events. They have a scavenger hunt you can do. You can get guided tours. Would that be my dream job if I lived in Cincinnati? It's possible. So if you're anywhere near Cincinnati or even just passing through on your drive, stop. It's worth a stop. I really think it is. And it's not because you need groceries. I mean, but you might discover something totally new. You might discover your next obsession that you're going to be emotionally attached to but can't find. It's fine. Um, but I think it's worth it. You'll find something. Hey, pick up more road trip snacks, if nothing else. I mean, that's kind of the whole point, right? And with that, we add another stamp to our pop culture passport. I hope that this episode inspires you to get out and explore all that is quirky and cool, even in your own backyard. Follow, download, subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Tell a friend and leave a review if you like what we're doing. It really helps the show to grow. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Just search for The Roaming Yeti. Keep roaming and finding your fun.